Morning guys, welcome to Football with Brownie, hope you're well. Keeping safe, keeping each other safe and spreading the love during this pandemic because we all need a little bit of loving. And I tell you who needs a little bit of loving is every single Cardiff fan today because it's South Wales Derby Day. Let's fucking do it, Bluebirds, come on! Right, before I go any further, please like, share and most importantly subscribe to the channel. Remember, subscription is free. So why haven't you done it already? Come on guys, don't let the channel down. Also, the guys at awayapparel.co.uk, the link is in the description. They're ready to give you 10% off. Their clothing range. We can almost go back to the football now. So why not get you a new clobber in? Show off to your mates when you're allowed back into the football grounds. Right. With the South Wales Derby being today, just thought I'd cheer myself up, brilliant, and hopefully cheer you guys up, especially Cardiff fans. I'm going to take you back to my first ever South Wales Derby, which I was allowed to go with my mates on my own. It was midweek. It was a cold Wednesday night in December 1993, and boy, what an entrance to the South Wales Derby it was for me. It was absolutely crazy. No doubt about it, it was crazy. It was crazy. Now, I basically found a load of like news clips which I put together and a little bit of action with, the winning goal, obviously by Cardiff, but well, enjoy, enjoy, and if you were there at the time, I'm sure this will put a dark little smile on your face. Come on, Bluebirds.
First by congestion at the turnstiles, then by hundreds of fans brawling on the pitch. Trouble flared again during the match, but
Welsh police have condemned mindless football hooligans for trouble during last night's game between Cardiff and Swansea. Several fans were injured and at least 5 arrested after supporters invaded the pitch and ripped up seats. Sian Evans reports.
Trouble started after the late arrival of more than 1,000 Swansea supporters. Officials delayed the start of the game to allow fans in, but it appears some got into the wrong sections of the ground. Fans from both sides then ran onto the pitch. Hundreds of police with horses and dogs were brought in to try to restore order. Further trouble erupted after Cardiff scored the only goal of the game. In one part of the ground, seats were ripped up and used as missiles. Several people were injured. Police say the trouble was the work of mindless hooligans.
The worst fears of the police and the clubs were confirmed early in the second half, when the hooliganism degenerated into a pitched battle between rival fans. Seats were torn out and hurled across the terraces in a drunken conflict that brought shame on Welsh soccer. Trouble had been brewing since before the game, and an angry confrontation spilled over into a pitch invasion, which delayed the kick-off for 40 minutes. South Wales police had made it clear to fans arriving at the ground that they were prepared to deal with any troublemakers, and they were arrested before the fans had even got into Ninian Park. On the field, the outcome was settled by a single Cardiff goal, a 1-0 victory over Swansea, secured by Gary Thompson in the 55th minute.
There were only 5 arrests last night, but 8 people, including a policeman, were injured. 300 officers were on duty in and around Ninian Park. But despite the trouble, Assistant Chief Constable Bob Evans said after the match that he hoped future games between Cardiff and Swansea would go ahead.
Good afternoon. Police are this lunchtime examining video recordings of last night's violence during the Cardiff soccer derby. 9 people were arrested after hooligans became involved in a battle and hundreds of fans invaded the pitch. More arrests could follow.
Police were out in force for a match that's become a regular flashpoint between rival fans, but a 40-minute delay before kick-off pushed tensions to boiling point. At the height of the violence, mounted police rounded up Cardiff fans as they invaded the pitch. This morning there was widespread criticism of a decision to stand rival fans in adjacent blocks. Cardiff City Supporters Club has described it as a recipe for disaster.
I feel questions will have to be asked as why the Swansea fans were allowed to be sat so close to the Cardiff City fans in the grandstand. It was a high volatile match and everybody knew beforehand that it would be such.
Trouble erupted again early in the second half after Cardiff scored. Seats were ripped up and hurled as missiles. 7 people were injured, including 2 policemen.
In my view, it makes no difference when the match is played. You've got a mindless minority who are bent on trouble, and you kicked off at 7 o'clock in the morning. You still have to police it, and police it to the same extent.
Police are today studying video evidence and are expected to make further arrests, but it seems certain that Cardiff City will face the full wrath of the Football League. The club was given a suspended fine of £25,000 following trouble at the Fulham and Port Vale games earlier in the season.